Hello everyone and welcome back to another DrAce video. Today is an incredibly special day. You guys asked for it and today I've delivered. We are starting our Superbike 24 career mode with the Rocket BMW Motorrad World Superbike team, and I will confess, I am incredibly excited for this one. Starting up a new career mode, new challenges, new bikes, new liveries, you name it. It's going to be cracking. I am really excited for this one. Now, I have been messing around for the past couple of days with colour settings, tweaking my OBS, recording softwares, you name it, and I think I've finally sorted it out. So I'm hoping today, the 3rd of August, when you're watching this video, it's going to be good enough for you guys to watch and enjoy with the ultra-wide, with all the resolution correct now, and all the colours should be accurate as well. Let me know in the comment section down below what you think of the quality of the video. I hope it's good. I have fingers and toes crossed. But without further ado, let's crack on with the actual testing itself. So, first things first. There is no Jerez in Superbike 22. And unfortunately, it's not possible to bring Jerez to this 2024 mod of the Superbike game. So, I thought, well, to keep with the theme of being winter testing in the Spanish circuit, let's move to a different part of Spain. Let's go to Montmeló. Let's go to Catalunya, a circuit that I do really adore. I think it's one of the best tracks in MotoGP, and to be honest, it's pretty cracking in Superbike as well. We had some terrific races there this season, with Toprak Razgatlioglu doing his own Valentino Rossi impression in the final corner, downshifting to second and launching it up on the inside. So with that in mind, I feel pretty good about this, and to be honest, I feel extra special about this circuit and this bike combination right now, because I've actually already recorded this video at least 3 times already, and every single time I've been happy with the colours, everything looked fine, went into rendering it and it turned out to be terrible. So this is my 3rd, 4th, maybe, attempt to recording this video, so fingers and toes crossed as mentioned earlier that this is good. So what we're going to do though is going to start off with the career mode testing now. Keen to know what you guys think about the idea for the content plan. So in layman's terms, what are we going to do for the videos? Because I would really like to do race 1 at maybe 100% race, and then on another video we would have the Superpole race at 50% or 35%, and then on the actual race 2, which would be the final race of the weekend, maybe around a 75% race distance. I'm not sure how we're going to do it yet, because I think if we included all 3 races at like 100% race distance, or maybe even 75%, I think a lot of people are going to turn off early, and I don't want that to happen. I want it to be a steady flow of content for you guys to enjoy and to really get into this series. I don't want to just do a one and done championship with the BMW and move on. I would really like to continue to develop, get the polls going, and see which teams we can go to for the next season. Now, of course, guys, oh my goodness, Toprak touching the apex there, but of course, guys, if you do enjoy this video and you're looking forward to the series, let me know in the comment section down below. Make sure to like the video as well. We're so close to 15,000 subscribers, and I was really hoping we could have that on my birthday, which is the day I'm recording this video here, on the 2nd of August. So I would sincerely like to have that done by the end of this weekend, and I'd be really grateful if we can get to 15k. But alternatively, if you hate the video, you've probably already gone, so there's no point in me talking to you. So let's talk bike then. So I always get asked the question, bike setup. From MotoGP to rides to Superbike, I always get asked about the setup of the motorcycle. Now what I can tell you is in Superbike 22 I do actually have a setup. It isn't dramatic, it's just a couple of changes here and there. And if I recall, it's only the suspension settings that have changed, and they have been pushed from their middle value of 5 down to its lowest value. If you want to see a setup guide or some sort of information regarding setup for my Superbike 22 game, then you can head over to one of the videos on my channel already where I show you my setup with, I think, Garrett Gerloff at this circuit, as a matter of fact. So check that out if you want to see what my setup is. It just gives me that little bit more sort of maneuverability with the motorcycle. I can chuck the bike in where I need to with a little bit more finesse. That's the only thing I've really found that I can do a little bit better. And Superbike was the main game that I really noticed the differences when changing the setups. For the likes of MotoGP games and Ride, I tried them, but I never really noticed the difference. So I would recommend it to you guys to check that out. Try it if you want to, but if you are struggling, I've also got guides on the channel as well, which was made a couple of years ago. But if we need fresh guides for Superbike 24, then we can do it. So just let me know in the comments section down below. But for this session, we're already up at the top spot by 1.3 seconds. And spoiler alert, the AI seem to be struggling in this circuit, to be honest. They seem to be making just small errors throughout the lap. So I don't doubt that we'll probably be sitting pretty at the top spot here for the majority, if not the entirety, of this video. I don't know what the race is going to be like, but I imagine for just the practice they aren't going to be particularly strong. And if I recall when we used to do our Superbike career mode videos, it would be the practice that they were okay, qualifying they would go really quick, and then the race they would be on the top of their level. We had terrific races in Superbike 22 with the Kawasaki. It was one of the best championships or career modes I've ever done, and that was all on the 120% difficulty. So we will be continuing with that trend on the hardest difficulty in the game here in Superbike 24. Now, what I do with MotoGP 24 career mode videos, as you know, if things look a bit too easy, we'll start from the back of the grid and we'll try and fight our way through. A little bit more difficult to do that in Superbike 22 because basically the AI are not quite as smart. They do bump you a lot, and the frequent crashes I always recall was going up on the inside of a rider that wouldn't let you through. So they would touch your rear tyre and it would be an instant crash. I am not looking forward to that happening in our championship this season. It's guaranteed to happen. I just don't know when and by whom. But I guarantee someone will do it, and I will be pretty miffed. Especially after playing so much of MotoGP 24 now, where the riders allow you to overtake them. And they give it back where they can, but they're not ridiculously aggressive. Only a couple of times I've been taken out by the AI in MotoGP 24, but for Superbike, I could probably count it on 5 hands. I think I've been taken out a lot by the AI in the past. But let's talk about the bike then. Let's talk about Superbike 22's physics here, because I have been jumping around from MotoGP class in GP24, then into Moto2s, played a little bit Ride 5 recently as well with the ultra-wide perspective. I'm a little bit rusty here and there, but this M1000RR, whether it's just sheer affinity for the motorcycle, I'm able to pick it up and just play. And I really appreciate this. And I don't know if that's Tyron's mod, but it just feels really responsive. And I'm having a cracking time. So the feedback for me is just that it's going to be an incredible season that we're going to enjoy. Every single round in the exact order of the 2024 Superbike campaign in real life, it's going to match our championship. The only slight difference is we won't get certain circuits where they will be replaced by their Superbike 2022 counterparts. So circuits like San Juan Villicum will still be in the game and still will be in our championship, which I'm totally fine with. I think it would be more than enough to continue our series. And if I do recall, the AI gives some good racing in San Juan Villicum, so that could be pretty cool when we do approach those latter stages of the season. Now, of course, with the standard Superbike 22 game, in your career mode and your championship, you would have to start with Aragon as your first race. Now, that won't be happening for us. We'll start with Phillip Island. I didn't want to do the test there because I didn't want to spoil what could be, because if I did a practice in Phillip Island and I dominated, then it's kind of going to spoil the video, for example. I don't know if that's going to be the same for Catalunya when we go to round 2, but it's certainly something to question. So basically, that's my thought process right now. I'm looking forward to it. I hope you guys are too. Let me know any comments or anything else you've got to make, because you might also think of something that I haven't thought yet. But definitely let me know what you want me to do regarding the videos and how we organise the content to make it more watchable and more user-friendly, so people can book time around watching these. Because if I do like a 40-minute plus video, or maybe an hour, it kind of puts people off and they don't have the chance to then watch it. So maybe if we stagnated it, where we did one race and then the Super Bowl and then another, maybe it gives everyone a chance to look forward to watching those videos. But 5 laps in so far, hovered around the very low 140s, which aren't too bad, to be honest. A deviation of around half a second. I know one of those lap times made a bit of a mistake when I got caught into the TV3. I made a very slight error and it lost us quite a bit of time. That, of course, was the 40.3. But still a solid lap time, and someone's gone down ahead of us. It's one of the MIE Hondas. It's Adam Norradine. Something has happened to him, throwing his Honda to the scenery. But we're through on him, and of course yellow flags do not invalidate our lap times on this game, so we're still good to go. We're up by 2.5 tenths of a second. It's looking rather promising at this stage of the Grand Prix, but Jesus Christ, I forgot about the curbs. Oh my god. Well, sorry about that. I was on a good lap time, but unfortunately the dreaded curbs. I don't know how many times I'm going to play this game and forget that the curbs are instant death. They are a Mortal Kombat execution. They are unbelievable. It's a fatality, is what I should have said. But honestly, they are just ridiculous. So I've got to keep away from the curbs. Now, some of these curbs, like for example, this one here going into the elf corner is not too bad. But this one on the left-hander here for turn 2, avoid at all costs. It's a tough one to understand why certain curbs are just immediate fatalities, and certain curbs are like, yeah, go for it. This one's a prime example. Look at this into turn 4. Quite happily to brake on it and turn into the apex. Works wonderfully. Just very, very strange that it is that way. But a quick update, we have changed tyres. I've got a brand new, fresh SC1 tyre. And since I've returned back to Superbike 22, this SC1 front tyre is just clicking with me. That and the higher brake disc of the 13-inch, which I never used to use, I was always the 12-inch brake disc, is working really well. And I feel like I've got the braking stability of a certain Turkish rider. Don't want to go that far, but I feel good. And that is what's going to bring us to the top step of World Superbike. Bit wide there for Lakaisha, but we're alright as we get back on the power with the DX1 tyre, which of course, if you're not familiar with tyres in Superbike, that is the soft option rear, more of the super soft, let's say. So you have your SCX, which is a super soft, and then of course the DX1 is a variant of, it's a development compound of the super soft. This one might be asymmetric where the other one isn't, for example. I was using the normal soft tyre with the SC0, and I've got to say, felt pretty good, but with one lap, we've proved that we found half a second just by changing the tyres. Yeah, it's a killing blow to the opposition on 120% difficulty. Andrea Iannone and Sam Lowes, I believe it is, of course it is, number 14. The two Ducatis ahead of us are going to be caught up pronto, and they could be impeding our progress for this lap. So they better scooch over out the way here. I don't really know where I can overtake them yet. I'm still a little bit sluggish on overtaking in Superbike 22 because the AI just stick to their path. They don't like you to try and make an overtake, so it could be interesting to see how this one reacts. Could be a bit of a practice run before we start the next video very soon. So on to the brakes. We'll try and use the slipstream of Andrea Iannone actually here going into turn 9. He's going to run it really deep there. He's lost all his momentum on the curb. So we should be able to go around the outside, braking as late as we dare. Yeah, I'm going to run off the circuit. Ooh, just managed to almost stay on limits, but we are going to now get through on Andrea Iannone, I think. He runs it deep. We'll go for the tight apex. Who says the BMW can't turn? That was wonderful. Oh, Sam. Oh, Eck. Why did he brake so early? What was that? Was he heading into the pit? That was not necessary to brake there. I lost a lot of time over that. 7/10 of a second has gone begging after Sam Lowe's tried to brake check me. That's my worst lap of the session almost. Thanks a lot, Sam. I appreciate that. The man from Lincolnshire just oh, turn 1. That is the curb. Thankfully, I was able to just realise at the very last second there. Goodness me, I felt the controller go mad though. Amazingly, it was the opposite of the vibration. It was almost as if the silence was deafening. The feedback, the vibration just went as if I went on ice. That was a scary sensation. Of course, it's the opposite in the MotoGP games where the controller will vibrate quite aggressively as there's yellow flags out behind us. Someone was stationary into turn 4 then. I couldn't tell you who it was. But let's have a look at the riders on the left-hand side of your screen there. Myself leading the way, 139.5, as Philip Ertl has just gone down. In fact, it's the same corner, turn 4. But shout out to Philip Ertl even being mentioned in this video because he's in the top 8. That's a stellar job for the man on board the Yamaha. I really thought the German would do well on that Yamaha, but it's not happening so much. Of course, a small team with not much support, it's going to be difficult for Philip Ertl. But Sam Lowe's into second, Andrea Locatelli third on board the Yamaha, so it's the only Yamaha in the top 5. And then Ducati's everywhere else. Bautista, Buliga, Petrucci. That's a good chunk of Ducatis in there. But we'll see how the session ends in about 4 laps time. 3 laps time we'll call it. We're at the end of this video. So Xavi Vierge on the Honda as well, which is probably the most impressive part of this video here today, is he's there in 8th. I kind of expected big things for us already from how we performed in the videos that I've now deleted. And I felt that this would be solid. The front tyre though, even though it's a soft tyre, and it's the only front tyre we have available by the way. We have the softs, but we have a different compound of the soft, so it's another development tyre, which I didn't like. SC1 is usually my go-to tyre. Didn't mind the SC2, which is the hard tyre, in the likes of Aragon. I remember when I was in a championship with Sergio 23, I was on board the BMW M1000 RR from 2021, and I teamed up with Flavio B. And together, me and Flavio Baldacci went on to try and fight for the championship, but unfortunately, we only did the 2 rounds, and then that was it. We didn't finish anymore, so that was the time that I really started to take Superbikes seriously. Tried to get an edge on the tyres, and also to try and get a setup that would give me more stability and allow me to maneuver the bike in a different way to try and be competitive. It was one of the most enjoyable times I had in an online experience. I remember at one point Superbike 22 was my favourite motorcycle racing game. Still up there, definitely still up there, and of course with Tyron 14's mod, it certainly feels that extra special now as we charge across the line from not getting held up to Sam Lowe's to across the line to improve our lap time. It is a 1:39.5. That is a damn good job, if I say so myself. This one is going rather well, and it's not over yet. For potentially the last lap of today's video, I think a good chunky 10 laps or 11 would serve as well. But a 1:39.5, it's going to be tough to beat. I think I got a little bit lower in a video a few days ago, which, as I say, I had to remove because of the washed out colours. It was 1:39.2, 1:39.3 maybe. I do feel a 1:38 is possible, but I'm going to need the perfect lap. And possibly a bit of luck. Maybe a bit of slipstream. Maybe a bit of a fresh tyre immediately out of the pits, for example. I'm not sure if I could, but maybe it's something to try in a future video. But we're still up by a 1/10 of a second here, so we could actually go into the very least a 1:39.4. Onto the brakes into the Lacaisha corner. I'm getting a little bit more confident on that front brake now mid-corner, and I think it's working out well. It's skyrocketing the temperature of the SC1 front tyre, but it's paying dividends. We gained 0.2 of a second there. I'm in a tough spot here because Rinaldi is kind of in the way. Not going to ruin the lap, but I should actually get some slipstream here, so I'm on the power to potentially end the video with a brand new lap time. Is it going to be enough? Sadly, it isn't. So there you are then, guys. Thank you very much for watching the video. Those are my lap times on screen. Take a look on the right hand side for my list of lap times, and then of course on the left hand side is the results and what is going on with my teammate Toprak Razgatlioglu, and even Scott Redding as well, both not having the best of sessions. But to be honest, I remember Superbike, it used to be a little bit random in these moments, so we'll see what happens for the future. But guys, thanks for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you soon for more DrAce content. Ciao for now. Oh hi, didn't quite see you there. Good to see you're still here. If this video didn't quite set your appetite, then why not watch some more DrAce content by clicking the video shown on screen now. Furthermore, if you would like to follow me on social media, you can do so now with the links down in the description. Consider subscribing so you don't miss a single DrAce video.